It's AWTITUDE representing for Lion's Voice. Yes, massive. This is the time for I and I, the lion them to tell I and I story, our story. Yes, and we reign and rule like this. Reign and rule, yeah. Selassie, I reign and rule. You can't take the lion vibes, people. If you no fool, cause we know Selassie reign and rule. Reign and rule. Selassie, I reign and rule. Queen Omega drop them in the fire, pull from them, no Queen Omega, she reign and rule. Royal Kushite, ancient essence, Emperor Selassie in a majestical presence, flash of all sevens, projecting through I and I events. We sing a song for the king, we bring joy and blessing and understanding, yeah. We hear Jah every day, hey. Reign and rule, yeah. Selassie, I reign and rule. Yes, I lion vibes, Selassie, I reign and rule. Attitude say that Boondocks, Black Organization of Global Diplomats optimizing expressions to the world. Till the
fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
So, stable families is crucial. This is why we're born gallus. This is why womanizing can't work. The whole phase, all them things there can't work within Rastafari. You have to find your purpose and find a queen. We have episodes that we've done on vetting your queen, identifying your queen, traits in a wife. All of them things there is on the Lion Voice. That's why we do that type of content, because our goal should be creation of stable families. So that's number one. So very crucial. Rastafari digital content creation to attract the youths. Content is not going anywhere, and we need to control it so we can again control the narrative. So it's just like the Rastafari media, which is more informative, but imagination and harnessing all of the great stories and African legends and mythology that we want to keep them in our Pan-African mind state. We need to create those content. Hollywood now go create it. Nollywood may not create it. Bollywood may not create it. Rastafari have to create it. So.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Yeah, I'm a Gideon. Cataclysmic forces, good over evil. Yeah, for the ghetto youth worldwide. Yeah. I see the youths nowadays, they growing up. Wanna know the truth, they wanna know what's up. They got no fear now, they'll call you bluff. They asking questions cause they had enough. Why? Some gone astray cause times is tough. Some walk with the machine ready to bust. I'ma give you them things get dangerous. No, in the ghetto things get dangerous. On the battlefield things get dangerous. Them carry RPG, M16. Got a problem to wipe out your whole team. For American dream, them get scanned and lost. And put us into the ghetto, try abandon us. Cause we the remnant of the first sons of Kush. Warrior tribes, we not the ones to push. Just look into them history, see we rebellious. That's cause them systems so unjust. Take the shackles and chains, change them to handcuffs. Release your physical frame, them want your brain. Them a vampire looking for blood to drain. Haile, Selassie come and break every chain. Bob Marley, tell them, now we tell them again, yo. We tell them this ain't a game, but this a Armageddon, you got to mentally train. Yeah, I tell them this ain't a game, but this is heaven on earth, or go burn in the flames. Yeah, I tell them this ain't a game, I say I gotta play your hate cause some things gotta change. I tell them this ain't a game, but this a time for African people to rise.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where lions, the lionesses are telling our own story, where we are building our kingdoms while stepping out of Babylon. Big up all of the Lion Pride on Patreon, Ubuntu Lion Pride. Big up all of the family. Today's episode, we are talking about the second generation. Lion Talk Live. If you have not seen that episode, go and watch it. We interviewed Malik Dope, the son of the Honorable Priest Mugabe, who is no longer with us. His son carries on his legacy, one of the greatest drummers of this generation. Big up the young prince. Big up Malik Dope, doing some powerful works here in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Very transparent, honest interview. We talked about reaching second generation. You know, he's an elder millennial, what they would call an elder millennial in his early 30s. And, you know, he gave his testimony growing up, what it was like growing up with a Rastafari father, growing up before locks and these things became something cool, you know. Transitioning from having Congo locks and trimming off his Congo locks to becoming, as he said, fashion dread later on in life and things. So, Brethren overstand the Rastafari liberty and, you know, still represents in his own way. But he has, you know, done some, he's charted his own course and we went into it. So if you haven't seen that episode, watch it.
Yeah, growing up with my dad, I do like. I'm gonna talk on the good, and we could talk on the not so good. I
want you to keep it real, because there's gonna be a lot of second generation that have your same experience, you know. So
right,
if there was a vibe, cause you never saw him every day. I mean, let's get real with it, you know what I mean?
Yes. I will say the really great thing about, even though him and my mom were not together, I got to grow up with all my siblings as us all being one. We little kids run around at the Bingy house at Trinity Park, you know, Bingies. Even when he brought me to sometime with Philly and Bingies all over, we all as the youth got to not see adult politics, adult parenting politics. We were oblivious enough because we got to hang and build with each other and not be separated. It is a different climate, as I would say now, in the generation as a second generation than us in these modern times right now, where that tribe feeling is kind of I don't want to say fully lost, but it is not as present and strong as what I got to experience as that young kid, and I see him and my mom, they it's arguments, it's certain stuff about like tangible things, the financial stuff and things like that about, oh, he need clothes, this or this and that. It was never an argument about spending time, but it's just more the things that can be challenging to when we're in economic upturns and downturns.
We're going to talk about second generation, and I'm going to provide 5 things that I think are crucial in terms of the retention of the second generation and of our youth. 5 things that we need to do, and I put this on the generation from 40 to 60. That is, who I really put this onus on. The adults, the frontline workers. This is I generation. We have the responsibility for doing these 5 things. So I'm going to talk about that this episode, so stay tuned. Big up all of the second generation. We're going to be doing a lot of content on that. We have an interview with Rasangi Davis' son, Dexter Davis. That's going to be the next Lion Talk, the second generation, again from a Jamaica perspective. And this brethren is a grandfather. We have second generation Rastafari youths that are now grandfathers, and I'm going to do a panel, where we have a spectrum of second generation. We're going to, as I say, this is a big challenge, because without the second generation, there's no future for the movement. So we want to really take an honest look at what is going on with the youth. Young people between 20 and 40, you're going to start seeing a lot more of that demographic on this channel. Interviews, different content directed at that generation. Big up Life Yard and the brethren, who helping to plug in with some of the younger Rastafari brethren and sisters in Jamaica. Big up all of the young viewers who watch this platform around the world. That is, this is a Rastafari family platform. So we have content, we talk to the elders, we talk to the ones within I generation, and now we're going to talk to the young adults, 20 to 40, that little section. So stay tuned, because a lot of that content is coming. We have to address this and these challenges. And again, I'm going to give 5 things that we can do to attract these young people. Now, before we get into those 5 things, let me just take time to big up the Lion Pride. Welcome if you're new and this is your first time watching the platform. Lion Pride is everyone who has subscribed to the platform. So if you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button and you will become part of the growing Lion Pride. It's a movement. The family knows. And then I have to big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. That's the next step. So after you subscribe, you love what you see. And the Lion Pride on Patreon, so far it's only 15 of us, but 15 people who around the world who see the vision of what we're doing here and have invested financially $5, $10, $50, $25, $40, whatever you can afford within your budget. If you're serious about uplifting Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, then give some strength, because a lot of ones say, boy, we love what you're doing, and I give thanks for that. But we cannot sustain a platform like this on just happy comments. We need to get the support of I family, and I'm coming to the family. Why? Because if you go to big sponsor, then the big sponsor want dictate to the eye what type of content you have on these things, and you know what I mean? We don't want to be beholden. We want to be funded by the audience. Crowdfunding is the future. Building community is the future. So we want the community to fund this independent, and that's how you really can truly stay independent. As I say that, I want to just let the family know that we received our first warning from YouTube, meaning that they are saying that some of the content violated their guidelines. What was the content? We had an episode about the depopulation agenda in Africa, and they said it was misinformation. One bag of something, it was talking about Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, the whole thing with vaccine and, different allegations. In the video, I'm going to go through the process to see they offer to give you a sensitivity training and all kind of thing. I'm going to go through the whole fullness and report forward so we can learn more about the process. However, why it's important is that when you become part of the Lion Pride or the family, if you're only first level, that means you just subscribe. If we get kicked off of YouTube, the relationship done right this up. So if you really want to connect, I recommend joining the Patreon, and you can join the Patreon as a free member. So go over to Patreon, join as a free member, or you can subscribe on our website. Either one will allow us to have your email, and that will ensure that you get the newsletter, and the newsletter will have all of the updates and how to keep in contact and links to episodes. So if we switch platforms from YouTube to another platform, or if we back up on another platform, if we get removed from the platform, because again, our agenda and Babylon agenda may not align. We give thanks for YouTube because you don't have to buy servers and the cost of housing your own content. However, our agenda and Babylon agenda uh, may not align, and they may decide, say, you have to go and, give thanks. Real Lion Pride, the core, because we've been collecting the email, we'll still be able to build this community, because I don't plan to stop. We want to really have a first class operation when it comes on to Rastafari independent media. And again, that's why I give thanks to all of the items who see the vision and are just not watching passively, but are saying, all right, instead of I go to Starbucks and I give Starbucks a $5 for a coffee, I can give the rats $10 a month, $25 a month, out of whatever I'm doing, to see the concept with the bridging I do evolve and grow. I don't know who has been watching, but if you look at the older interviews, you'll see we use a platform called StreamYard. You'll see at one time there was a little duck on the screen, and that duck was a StreamYard logo because we were using the free version. With Lion Pride on Patreon, we've upgraded, so you can see now we have our branding on there, the Lion Talk Live. So we are reinvesting funds. We want to get better cameras. We want to hire editors. We want to build facilities, and we're going to get into that, because this is all part of what we're trying to do to retain our young people, and this is part of it. What you see I doing here, building out I creative ecosystem, of which the Lion Voice Network is a central aspect. So big up everyone who has been supporting, again, Lion Pride. We also have the Ubuntu Lion Pride, which is ones who give a contribution over $50 US. They may not want to do a monthly, but they have a $50, $100, $10,000, whatever. You know what I mean? You could be a multi-millionaire watching this, and you say, you know what? We want to invest in Rastafari independent media. We love what the brethren are doing. We want to make a contribution. All at 10 grand. You become a part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride, but $50 US is the entry point for that. Big up IRAS, SOS production or promotion, who is the sole person on the Ubuntu Lion Pride. However, I know more ones will join. And big up from me, a King Design, Ras LIDJ, and brethren, you've seen his interview here. I don't left this, I go on the road with it everywhere. Hot, cold, it maintains the temperature. It's essential, and I have Kadamawi with you see we have the Reading Ras merchandise. Get your Reading Ras merchandise shirt. We're making reading of physical books a thing again, and keeping that in the consciousness, the symbol of I, Ras with a book, bigger than the ear jar. That's the vision that we have for it. So support through the merchandise, all of these different things. All right, housekeeping out of the way. Let's get into the topic, which is 5 things that we need to do to retain. And again, if you have not seen the last episode of Lion Talk Live with Malik Dope, internationally renowned percussionist, check it out. He spoke about many things, and a lot of these things that I'm going to give here are inspired by that conversation. Someone I've known since he was a little youth, and to see the evolution, is powerful. So I really give thanks for his candor, his transparency, and just sharing with I. So we'll be tracking his journey. As you know, anyone you see on this Lion Voice platform is never just a one-off interview. We are following people's journeys because they're telling their story. So we really give thanks. So anyhow, 5 things that we need to do, and I'm talking about I and I self, I and I generation 40 to 60. These are the responsibilities that rest on I and I shoulder. The government is upon I and I shoulder. Number one thing that we need to do is have stable families. So, brethren, finding a queen, building a long-term relationship and having children within the context of that stable relationship. This is crucial because the youth them are gonna live and replicate what them grow and see a lot of times. So if we have all of these broken homes, and that was one of the things even the brethren had said. He didn't grow up in the same house as his father, and even though his father spent whole heap of time with him, of course there were, disconnect, and they have a 4-year period where they didn't even talk until father got into a serious accident. You know what I mean? So that separation between father and son is not good, or father and daughter, or mother and daughter, whatever the configuration. Mother and father should be in the same home raising the children. So stable families is crucial. This is why we're born gallus. This is why womanizing can't work. The whole phase, all them things there can't work within Rastafari. You have to find your purpose and find a queen. We have episodes that we've done on vetting your queen, identifying your queen, traits in a wife. All of them things there is on the Lion Voice. That's why we do that type of content, because our goal should be creation of stable families. So that's number one that we have to do, is end the broken homes within Rastafari culture. Number one thing. Number two is the building of physical infrastructure. The hungry fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, and the infants cared for, the ignorant instructed. Each one of those aspects of the creed is a separate institution. School, health center, food banks, food forest, seed bank. All of these things need to be built by this generation. Every aspect of self or determination has to be built for and it's I duty to build these things. The youth them have to come and see. One of the things that the brethren Malik said was, yes, the thing was strong spiritually, Rastafari, but him never come and see anything. A community center, any little thing Rastafari have to attract the youth them. So very important. Number two, the building of physical institution. I are the generation to come and do that. You can't look to the elders them, why them never ray and tay. That's not their task at this point. So let us make sure that we get that done. Building the institutions necessary to attract the youth them. Number three is employing the youth them. As we build these institutions, now we have places where we can employ the youth. There has to be some economic viability. Youth them can work within the community ecosystem and still be able to maintain a family. This is so crucial. Our youth them, we raise them up in the community and then we send them out to the wolves to go earn their bread. There's no way a youth can be employed within the community context currently. Big up all of the Rastafari businesses. They're few and far between. And most of those are self-employment businesses, meaning they're making enough to sustain the person who's running the business, but not to have employees, payroll, all of them, something there. So we have to be able to employ the youth to retain the youth. Crucial. Number four is creation of Rastafari independent media. We have to have our narrative under control. Platforms like the Lion Voice, and again, it don't have to be Lion Voice. We have other ones like Honorable Priest Isaac, Ija Star. You have Ayad Radio. You have different ones where I do mighty works out there as a Rastafari media. So I always say, you might not want to support I and I, but go support someone else who is doing media in a style that you prefer. You might not like the sound of I and I voice. You might not like I and I takes on certain vibration or how I and I present the information. That's okay. Everything is not for everybody, but support, or everything is not for every goodie, but support some Rastafari independent media. This is crucial for the youth them, because when them are school online and I look for information, where are they getting it from? We have send them go Fox News, or send them go MSNBC, or we have send them go Ray. Who is telling Rastafari news? Who is balancing the issues that are relevant to I and I? Who is bringing these things to the fore for I and I use them to see and to know that, okay, this is something interesting. So it's I and I duty to do that. So Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, crucial for the retention, because this sets the focus. Just like how we can talk about repatriation. And how me know this is that I get comments from brethren and sisters who say, as young Rastas, they are benefiting greatly from content that we are putting forward. So we need more of this, you know what I mean? And we need to support more so it can grow and be more attractive. We can put more, as they would say, bells and whistles in the thing to make it attractive to the youth them. They are proud to look at their Rastafari independent non-aligned media. And final, number 5 is Rastafari centric digital content creation. All of the youths them are scroll upon phone or scroll upon tablet. We have to be creating the content that they are consuming. This goes to Rastafari documentaries, Rastafari animation, Rastafari feature film, Rastafari limited series. All of these things I and I supposed to create, and that's the vision for the Lion Voice Network. That's why I didn't just come with one show. We have multiple shows on the network. Why? Because the vision is always to create a network with multiple different types of Rastafari centric content. So very crucial Rastafari digital content creation to attract the youth. Content is not going anywhere, and we need to control it so we can again control the narrative. So it's just like the Rastafari media, which is more informative, but imagination and harnessing all of the great stories and African legends and mythology that we want to keep them in our Pan-African mind state. We need to create those content. Hollywood now go create it. Nollywood may not create it. Bollywood may not create it. Rastafari have to create it. So there you have it. 5 things to retain the second generation of Rastafari. One of the most important challenges that confront I and I as a global Rastafari family. We have 1, making sure we have stable families. 2, building physical institutions. 3, being able to employ our youths. 4, Rastafari independent media. And 5, Rastafari independent digital content creation. These are suggestions. What did I miss? Put it in the comments. Let us have the discussion. We're building a community here. That means interactive. It's not just I just coming to lecture. It's I and I blocking I and I sound based on our experience, 2 decades plus experience in the liberty, and the I them blocking the I them experience, and together we come up and refine this beautiful chad. Because remember, peace is not a is a becoming. That means it's a journey, and we're gonna continue. And remember, when you push the like button, when you subscribe, when you comment, all of those things boost the algorithm and it sends it out to more ones who are seeking Rastafari independent non-aligned media. And why is it important to do that? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion's Voice.
Lion voice. Yeah, I'm a Gideon. Cataclysmic forces, good over evil. Yeah, for the ghetto youth, worldwide. I see the youths nowadays, they growing up. Wanna know the truth, they wanna know what's up. They got no fear now, they'll call you bluff. They asking questions cause they had enough. Why? Some gone astray cause times is tough. Some walk with the machine, ready to bust. I'ma give you when things get dangerous. Down in the ghetto, things get dangerous. On the battlefield, things get dangerous. Them carry RPG, M16. Got a problem to wipe out your whole team. For American dream, them get scandalous. Them put us into the ghetto, try abandon us. Cause we the remnant of the first sons of Kush. Warrior tribes, we not the ones to push. Just look into them history, see we rebellious. That's cause them systems so unjust. Take the shackles and chains, change them to handcuffs. Release your physical frame, them want your brain. Them a vampire looking for blood to drain. Haile, Selassie come and break every chain. Bob Marley, tell them, now we tell them again, yo. We tell them this ain't a game, but this a Armageddon, you got to mentally train. Yeah, I tell them this ain't a game, or this is heaven on earth, or go burn in the flames. Yeah, I tell them this ain't a game, I say I gotta play your hate, cause some things gotta change. I tell them this ain't a game, or this a time for African people to rise. I tell them, earthquake, hurricane, tornado, the wind blows and bring the rains. I got the whole west coast in flames, melt the Arctic poles and flood the seas. Hurricane force winds blow down the trees. Whole earth feel the pain when the bombs release. Read your psalms, release David prophecies. Marcus Garvey said look to the east. Rastafari is the prince of peace. And Haile Selassie, I come conquer the beast, yo. They trap the youths with them luxuries to get the ladies. Gotta drive Mercedes, people killing babies, try to keep us down with AIDS. We descended from kings, now we surround with plague. Man, I kill them brother man to drive the Escalades. I can't stand Babylon and all the mess they made. Teach the youths that them best when them rest in the grave. Wolf trick the lion, got the lion a shade. Can't reach Mount Zion unless you learn to behave. Got to stand firm cause these is perilous days, I tell them.